Hey, Noelle, what did you do today?
Hi, Mom. How are you doing? I just worked in my room all day today. Why? Did something happen?
Oh, really? You better not be lying to me. You really stayed in your room all day long.
Yeah, I'm not lying. I've just been inside all day. What happened?
Well, today your younger sister came and told me someone went into her room. All of her makeup and cosmetics are gone, so we're trying to figure out who took them.
Oh, really? That's weird.
So you're telling me that you really don't know anything?
Yeah, Kaylee hasn't told me anything. This is the first I'm hearing about it.
So you didn't see anybody suspicious today either? I just want to know if you have any idea of what could have happened.
No, not at all. Like I said, I was just in my room all day today. Did you ask Kayla if she took her cosmetic bag outside? Maybe she was fixing her makeup while she was out today and forgot it somewhere.
I don't think so. She said she didn't take it out. She is missing her powder cushion. It costs more than $100 too, so she'd have never taken something so expensive out. She said it's also too large to be portable. So, since she did not leave the house with it, we figure it might still be in the house somewhere unless somebody took it.
Wow, really? Well, that's good then. It'll be easier to find inside the house. It's probably in her room or the bathroom. Did she look around the house for it yet?
Yes, many times it seems. He said she looked everywhere for it all morning, but can't find it anywhere.
So if you can't find it, are you just asking me because you think I took it?
Oh no, of course not. I never thought that. It's just that Kayla mentioned maybe you had it when she talked to me.
Ah, I see. Next time, don't just automatically assume that I'm the one who took it. You should make sure Kayla actually is looking for it and help her before you suspect me. I told you that I don't know where it is, so she needs to look for it more.
Oh, really? Then could you please let her know? But if you do have it, you should give it back as soon as you can.
Mom, I already told you. I didn't steal her makeup. Aren't you jumping to conclusions way too fast?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
You're my mom. Don't you know me well enough to tell that I wouldn't steal stuff from other people? You know I'm not a liar.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. I'll go talk to Kayla and see if we can find it.
Okay, thanks. So, I heard that your makeup went missing. You can't find it anywhere. Mom messaged me asking about it. Yeah, it did. What did Mom say?
Like you don't know. Why are you talking to Mom like I stole it from you? Are you trying to get me in trouble?
I didn't do anything with your makeup, so quit trying to get me in trouble for stupid stuff. Well, you're the only one who could have taken it, you know.
Huh? What on earth are you talking about?
Why would I ever want to steal your makeup? I already have my own. I don't need yours. Why wouldn't you want my makeup? We both know my cosmetics are much better quality than yours. Besides, you need them. You're still single at your age and basically a shut-in who never goes outside. You need whatever edge you can get.
I am not a shut-in. I go outside plenty.
You don't have to lie to yourself. You just look too miserable, so no wonder you wanted to trade in my expensive cosmetics for your cheap old ones. You look like a grandmother.
Excuse me.
You haven't worked in a long time, right? You are always in your bedroom all day long on the computer like a shut-in or some computer addict. It's too embarrassing. Don't you think it's hard for Mom to watch you grow up like that and never move out? I feel bad for her.
That's not true. I have a job. Haven't you ever heard of remote work? So, of course, I work on the computer in my room most of the day. And sometimes I do go into the office in person, but I guess you're never around when I do leave the house or just never notice.
I don't think I can believe you. I think you're just too embarrassed to admit it.
Whatever. I don't care if you believe me or not. Do whatever you want.
Well, you should just be more like me. Since I got married, I moved out and have my own home now.
So, congratulations on your marriage and house, but we don't need to all do the same thing as you.
Well, I'm just saying that you're the oldest daughter. Don't you think it's strange that you're not married and still live at home, even though your younger sister has already moved out?
I don't think I need to move out in such a hurry. Rent is pretty crazy around here, so it makes a lot more sense for me to pitch in with Mom and Dad. Besides, this is a good neighborhood and it's where I have lived since I was a child. I'm happy staying here for now.
So, you really don't plan on getting married then? I don't think you realize it, but that really means you are a shut-in. You don't have any plans to get married or move out. What are you going to do with your life? Just stay like that forever? Aren't you embarrassed? What will people think? Everybody already talks about how you're an unemployed shut-in. It's so embarrassing for me.
I told you I'm not a shut-in. And why are you telling everyone that? I have a proper job and make money, so you don't need to worry about me.
That doesn't really mean anything. Playing video games all day and typing isn't a real job, you know? I guess I just have to be frank to get through to you since you aren't picking up on what I'm trying to say. Haven't you realized that you're just a burden?
How am I a burden? I help out.
Mom and Dad would never say it to your face, so that's why I have to. It's embarrassing for them to have a daughter as old as you living at home still. They're tired of having to take care of you and watch you doing nothing with your life. Don't you ever think about how embarrassing it is for them to be your parents? You are the laughingstock of the neighborhood.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm being serious. You're totally freeloading off of Mom and Dad. You're like a parasite. You should really think about moving out and supporting yourself. They don't want you around anymore. Everyone just thinks you're a burden. You should get out before everyone loses patience with you entirely. You're lucky I'm warning you in advance.
I'm not sure. You're the only one treating me like some burden. Mom and Dad have never said anything to me.
Well, of course. Mom is too kind to say it to your face, but that's definitely how she feels. She told me all about it. She always complains about having you at home all the time and how sad she is she raised a freeloading shut-in who never goes outside. I have just been hoping and waiting for them to kick you out of the house, but it might be better if you just leave on your own. You'll have to take care of yourself if that does happen, though. I wonder if you can even do that.
I am perfectly capable of taking care of myself. Don't treat me like some child. Whatever, I'll think about it. If that is really how Mom feels, then I don't want to be a burden on her. But if everyone has been feeling that way, you should just tell me directly. I had no idea.
Well, we were too nice to say it to you. Obviously, you'd be distraught if we kicked you out, and we don't think you could survive on your own. Either way, I'll let Mom know. She'll be happy if you do actually decide to leave. Oh, and by the way, quit stealing my makeup too. If you really need makeup that bad, I can lend you money.
I already told you I did not take any of your makeup. You never listen, though. Hello, Noelle. Are you free to talk right now? Hi, Mom. Yeah, sure. What's going on? Kayla lost another one of her outfits recently. One of her expensive designer brand dresses was stolen, it seems. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. Noelle, tell me honestly, did you steal it? What? What are you talking about? There's no way I would steal from Kayla. Be honest with me, Noelle. You know that I don't like it when you lie to me. Even though you two are sisters, you know that it's not nice to take your sister's clothes and makeup without asking. She is seriously upset over it. You need to be a good older sister. Wait a second, Mom. Why are you just automatically assuming that I took it? I keep telling you that I have never taken anything of hers. I'm not sure. Did she say anything to you? When she noticed that it was gone, did she say anything else to you? Well, I didn't want to tell you because I knew it would hurt your feelings. It's fine. Just tell me what she said. Well, she said that it was definitely you. She accused you of it right away, so I had to ask. Okay, did she say anything else? Well, she did give some good reasons why it might be you. She said that since you're not working or making any money, you can't afford your own things. She said that you've always been jealous of her and wanted to wear designer brands and makeup like her, but can't afford to buy your own. So you have been stealing her things.
Oh, really? She really said all that?
Yes, she did. Also, Kayla has been complaining ever since she came back home. She said that there wasn't enough space for her here and she needs more money to match her old lifestyle.
What is she talking about?
Well, I don't want you to get upset, but she's having money problems again from having so many products stolen from her. She said that she's been struggling with money a bit lately since somebody has been stealing her things and won't confess to it.
What? I thought she was doing fine.
She said that since you've been stealing so much of her stuff, she's been losing a lot of money trying to replace them. So now she doesn't have any money left. She's really mad at you about it, and I'm not sure what to do. Are you sure that you didn't take anything from her? It seems like she was really at the end of her rope, so I had to help her out somehow since you won't do anything to make it right.
Wait, what? So did you end up lending her a bunch of money then?
Yes, that's right. I'm not really happy about it either. I'm already running low on money too, you know. So please contact Kayla and try to talk it out with her. I can't ignore Kayla when she's so upset, and I don't think she'd be saying those things to me without any reason at all. She's really adamant that you are the one stealing her things, and I never know what I can say to calm her down. It seems like you really hurt her feelings. You need to talk to her and apologize.
Okay, I got it. I'll try to talk to her and convince her that it wasn't me. By the way, Mom, I swear that I really am not the one taking her things. I just want to make sure that you know that.
Okay, I believe you. But you know, if you want to look as cute and stylish as Kayla and can't afford it, you can just ask me for money, you know? I really wish you'd do your hair and makeup and get out of the house more. But don't steal any products from Kayla to do that.
I didn't steal anything. I keep on telling you. And I don't have time to go out all the time like her because I am at work all day. I just wanted to add that I'm still working, you know. I have a full-time job. I do a lot of my work on the computer from home. You seem to think that I'm not doing anything, but I have a technical computer job. Remote work has increased a lot these days, so I just haven't been able to visit the office in person as much lately. I think I told you before, but I just wanted to remind you. It seems like Kayla and you both seem to think I'm just freeloading and living as a shut-in. She always says that even when I tell her I have a job. Even if you see me at home all the time, I want you to understand that I'm working on my laptop, doing meetings and typing reports and stuff.
Yeah, sure, I guess I understand. I don't really understand what the heck remote work is, though. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I just don't want you to believe everything that Kayla says about me. I never stole any of her clothes or makeup or anything at all. And I'm not unemployed and I never have been. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, really? Okay then. I got it. You always tell me you didn't do it. But can I just ask you for one thing?
Yeah, what is it?
It's about the money that I gave Kayla to make up for everything she claimed you stole from her. I'm sorry to ask, but can you compensate me later for what I gave her?
What? Why? I told you I didn't steal them.
Kayla was really upset and low on money, so I think she really needed compensation for the missing products. But I also don't have the money to just be paying for all of that out of pocket. But since you are working full-time, you can definitely afford to cover the costs for her, right?
What? That doesn't seem right to me, though. I didn't steal any of the products, and you were the one who decided to give her extra money to make up for the lost items. Why should I have to take responsibility for paying off your decision?
What? So you're not going to pay for it? Really? You can't help your own parents out? Oh, I get it. You really aren't working after all then. I knew you were unemployed.
Why would you suddenly think that? I do have a job and it's not that I can't afford it, it's just not my responsibility. Also, you didn't even need to give her money for those products. I didn't steal them and she probably just lost them for all we know. You should just stop giving her money.
But don't you feel bad?
We don't even know if her things were stolen. I can't feel bad until that is confirmed. So there is not anything to feel bad about. Rather, I think that you should feel more bad for me here. I keep telling you over and over that I never took anything, yet you two continue to accuse and suspect me. Your own daughter. So no, I'm not going to compensate her for the items.
Don't say that. Don't you understand the situation that I'm in here? I can't afford to lose all the money that I gave her.
Then stop giving her so much money. If she demands more, then just say no.
What? How could you say that? She might really need it, though.
Mom, I'm just telling you for your own good.
Okay, I got it.
Hey, Kayla, it's Noelle. Can you please quit telling Mom that I'm always stealing your things? It's not me, so stop stressing her out. What? I know it was you, so I have to tell Mom since you never listen to me. Plus, I know that my makeup and clothes are super nice, so there's no way you'd willingly give them back. Maybe you should pay me back for everything. I already told you that I didn't take any of your stuff. Besides, I'm starting to think that none of your makeup or clothes actually went missing. You're just faking it, aren't you? You're just faking it to get more money and attention and to get me in trouble. What? How could you say that to me? Well, it just makes sense. You're just trying to get more money from Mom. How do you even know about her giving me money? Mom texted me. Well, so what if Mom gave me money? I deserve it since you won't repay me for what you've been stealing. I bet you just make up some story about your things getting stolen whenever you need more money. If that's what you've been doing, then you need to stop. It's not right. Oh my God, you are the worst. You just live to make trouble for me, don't you? I never did anything wrong. Whatever, I don't care what you think. My stuff really was stolen, and now I'm even more sure that it was probably you. If it was you, you should just confess at this point or pay up. Jeez, how many times do I have to defend myself? It wasn't me. I'm gonna tell everybody that you're a little thief. That you'll really be kicked out of the house. You'll be unemployed, shut in, and homeless then. How pathetic. I'm not a thief. Quit joking about getting me kicked out all the time, too. Shut up, Noelle. I haven't done anything wrong. You're the one who's been stealing all my stuff. You should just confess and get out of the house immediately. All right, I got it. Wait, really? You will actually move out this time? Are you being serious, or is this a dream? Sure I will, but you better not regret it later. Huh? What? You think I would ever regret getting you kicked out? There's no way that would ever happen. In fact, this is something to celebrate. Okay then, now that you've decided, just let us know the day you finally plan to move out. Please make it as quick as possible. Talk to you later. Hey Noelle, I'm coming back to stay with Mom and Dad for a bit and wanted to know if you've moved out yet. So, have you left the house yet?
Oh, hi Kayla. Your message came at a good time. Yes, I just finished moving out.
Wow, really? Awesome.
Tell Mom and Dad I say hi when you get home.
Okay, sure, whatever. This is really awesome. I can finally enjoy the house all by myself. You were really such an eyesore every time I had to see you at home. I'm so glad that you're gone now.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't stand seeing you around the place. Plus, now that means that Mom and Dad can spend more money on just me now. It was a huge hassle to get rid of you since you were basically unemployed and living off of Mom and Dad. They didn't have enough money or space to accommodate me because I had to put up with you. But now I can live there for free without even having to work. It's perfect!
Oh, really? So that's why you're so happy to get rid of me. No wonder you worked so hard to get me kicked out, accusing me of being a thief and more.
Well, I wouldn't say it was that easy. But it was definitely all worth it in the end. Now I can get anything that I want. It's my perfect dream life.
I see. Well then, let's cut our ties here then.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It wasn't easy for me to put up with the way you were treating me. I think it would be better if we cut things off here.
Sure. I don't really care. Are you really sure though? Are you still gonna stay unemployed too? Wow, no family and no job. It sucks to be you.
I told you that I'm not... Whatever, just forget it. Yes, I am perfectly fine with cutting ties. let's just end things here. If you ever need anything else, please don't rely on me anymore.
Why would I ever rely on you? You're useless. As for you, I don't want to hear from you anymore or see your face around the house again. I hope you enjoy living and dying alone after this, you pathetic loser.
Hey, Noelle, it's your mother. I'm sorry for not contacting you until now.
What's going on? I haven't heard from you for a while. Did something happen all of a sudden?
Well, do you remember how Kayla had been accusing you of stealing a bunch of stuff before you moved out? But you said it wasn't you.
Oh, that, yeah, I remember. I don't really care about that anymore, though. Why?
Well, to be honest, you were right the whole time. I found out that Kayla had been lying about her things being stolen all along.
Oh, really? That's not a surprise to me.
It seems like she'd been selling a bunch of her things that went missing on an online app. Then she would accuse you of stealing them. Then after you obviously couldn't return the items, she would beg your father and I for money to replace them. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
But I think she's gonna apologize today, so...
Oh, really? That's good then.
So, if Kayla apologizes and it's okay for you, I wanted to ask you if you'd like to move back in. Do you think you could come back?
Why?
Well, since you've left, things have been really difficult for your father and I. We've really been struggling with money, actually. We've lost a lot of money since you left.
Really? Why?
Well, I kind of suspect that Kayla's been stealing money from us. Your father is talking to her right now.
Wait, are you serious? How has she been doing that?
Well, we're not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure she's been buying things online with your father's credit card. I finally understand what you mean about her. She always lies to me without any hesitation and never helps your father or me out. Don't you think she's capable of stealing money too?
I see. Wow, it seems like you've been having a rough time with her then.
I even asked Kayla if she could move out of the house. So, she should be leaving soon and you're free to move back in anytime if you want. What do you say? Will you come back home? Or if that doesn't work for you, maybe you could just send us some money? You don't go out or do anything and we let you live here for a long time. Surely you can help us out.
I don't really want to after the way I was treated. Besides, I was supporting you guys for a long time and you never even said thanks.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I've been depositing some of my extra earnings into your account for a few months. I had an automatic deposit set up to move some extra money to you and Dad when I got my paycheck.
What? But you're unemployed. Where are you getting that money?
I've told you and Kayla over and over again that I'm not unemployed and I never have been. Well, that's all I have to say for now. You and Kayla are really both too similar, huh?
You can't blame us for not knowing you were doing that. I never even noticed that. Why didn't you tell us you were doing that even when you lived with us? If I'd known that you were sending your father and I money, I would have never doubted you.
Well, I don't think I should have to even say that. You should have believed me and been more fair. Besides, if you look at your bank account history, it should have been pretty easy to notice.
I never look at the finances or our account books, so there's no way I could have noticed that. So please, you have to come back home.
Really? You still want me to come back and live with you after all that?
Yes, Kayla, it's moving out as soon as possible, I promise. So, shouldn't it be fine? You don't need to live on your own anymore. So what do you say? Will you come back home, will you?
My answer is still no.
What? But why?
Because no matter how much I denied it, and the fact that there was no evidence, you and Kayla still accused me of being a thief. And even though I have a full-time job and have always been working, you acted like I was unemployed and went around telling everybody that I was. I'm tired of being treated like that, so why would I ever want to return?
I'm sorry. I promise it'll be better if you come back this time.
No, I'm good. Besides, I quite like having my own place now.
Okay, fine. Then you can keep sending us money like you were before. Just the same amount as usual.
Nope, that's over now. I'm not sending any more money. Well, I've already cut all ties with Kayla. I think I should probably cut ties with you too.
What? Why on earth would you do that? I'm your mother. I gave birth to you and raised you. How could you do that to me? I never did anything to you.
You never did anything to me? How about all the times you treated me like a thief and an unemployed loser, and then went along with Kayla when she wanted to have me kicked out of the house?
I'm sorry. I promise it won't happen again. Can't you just forgive your mother? Please, at least don't cut me out completely.
Fine then, but I have some conditions.
What is it? I'll do anything.
Don't expect that you can rely on me anymore or ask me for anything.
What? Why?
Even if Kayla does something foolish again financially and loses a bunch of money, you can't ask me for help or reimbursement or anything. If you can't do that, then I just have to cut ties with everyone. What do you think?
Okay, I got it. I promise I won't ask you for money anymore.
Okay, then it's all decided. By the way, I think that you need to do something about Kayla. She's become a monster as a result of your spoiling her.
What? That's not true.
Whatever you say. Anyway, she's your problem now. After that, my parents were still not able to kick Kayla out of the house, and she's still living with them. Kayla has just been enjoying life unemployed and wasting all her parents' money on whatever she wants. It seems the household finances are in dire straits. It's all due to Kayla being too spoiled. Our parents never noticed how awful she has become. But as the one who grew up beside her all along, I could see it coming more easily. I think that my parents are finally starting to wise up, but I don't know about Kayla. Who knows what'll become of her? Well, I guess it doesn't affect me anymore. Moving out was definitely for the best. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos like this. Thank you so much. See you next time.